Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now the update for tomorrow, the Chosen One update, the patch notes have now gone live, and they're bringing some pretty good changes actually. So starting tomorrow, obviously they're going to be coming in, as well as a little wave of new content, which includes Anakin Skywalker as a new hero, the 501st Clone Legion, the Coruscant Guard Clone Legion, as well as many other vast changes into how clone appearances will be working and looking. You can check out my clone video update in the description as well. I did that a few days ago. But additionally, we're going to be getting the emote wheel as well, and this will allow you to equip not just 2 but 8 emotes for your troopers, which I think is pretty great. Other changes, they are going to include stuns as well, which is getting changed quite a bit. Kylo Ren is once again getting a bunch of changes, as well as some other smaller changes which I'll go through now. If we start with the stuns, however, there's obviously been a lot of feedback regarding how there's going to be like stun locks and how they work in combat and stuff like that. They've made some changes, so starting off with Emperor Palpatine, where it says we will be lowering the stun duration of his lightning from 1.6 seconds to 1 second, which it may not sound like a lot, but to be fair, that is quite a drastic change. I think with Emperor Palpatine, his stun, whilst it's like the stun lasts for quite a long time, however the animation is also quite long as well sometimes, so I don't know, I think this is going to be a good change, having smaller duration of stuns, but maybe 1.2 seconds perhaps, I don't know. It's great to see them actually changing the stuns as well. Phasma's turret as well, that is normally 1 second stun duration, though it feels like a lot longer. That is now being changed from 1 second to 0.8 seconds, and then Lando's stun grenade has gone from 1.4 seconds to 1 second. So again, some pretty good changes here as well. It also talks about how they'll be implementing stun immunity as well to all heroes for 3.5 seconds, specifically when being stunned by either Phasma, Iden, Chewbacca, Emperor Palpatine, or Lando. So what this means is that should you be stunned by at least one of the listed heroes, you will not be able to be stunned again for another 3.5 seconds. So regarding Phasma's drone, this is going to help out a lot, especially in modes like Heroes versus Villains and Hero Showdown as well. So I'm really happy with this actually. Reading it the first time I didn't quite understand. Going through this now though, that's a really nice change. Really happy to see that they're changing the stuns. Should make the game a bit more fair and balanced and a bit more enjoyable when it comes to stuns. Because I think the whole stun is it's a good thing to have in the game. I can understand it, but it was just so frustrating. So I'm hoping to see these changes actually take some full force into this update as well, which is great. So obviously release notes, we're getting content. Anakin's getting an appearance along with 4 abilities. Clone Trooper Legions, and they're getting changed, a bunch of stuff there, which is going to be awesome. But quality of life as well. In-game emote wheel, which is decent, and they've also added a front end tab to differentiate between Phase 1 and Phase 2 Clone Troopers. What this looks like, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow, but that's pretty good. So looking at the hero and classes changes, again, all the stun locks and stuff like that, they're being changed. Lightsaber heroes will now also be able to damage enemy turrets as well, which it makes sense. It's a nice little change there. Fix an issue that will allow players to spawn with both heroes and vehicles in a map. Strange, but moving on from that, it's just the odd here and there small stuff. But Kylo Ren is getting a lot more changes as well. So his base lightsaber damage used to be 100, but is now going to be changed to 125, which is great. Lightsaber extra damage from behind as well. So when you attack from behind, it normally does more damage. So this has gone up from 20 extra damage to now 40. Again, really good change. Frenzy damage on heroes, base damage was 80. Is now going to 125 on heroes. On troopers it was 80, it's now going to be 150. So Frenzy will one hit any of assault, officer or specialist, or 2 hit heavies again. But these are some much needed changes. Honestly, Frenzy felt good anyway, but from a base damage perspective, I think this definitely works really nicely. They've decreased, so the Bloodlust star card, with the vast improvement of this ability, they have now reduced the extra damage from Bloodlust from 10, 20, 30, 40 to 5, 10, 15, 20. I think this makes a lot of sense, to be honest. They're buffing it by 45 to 70 respective of heroes and troopers, so it's going up a lot anyway. I think there's some really good changes here. Looking forward to it. Kylo's getting a nice buff, which will be great. I might start using him a bit more again. But some very good stuff here as well. Another change as well, Obi-Wan will now receive 80% less damage whilst holding all-out push, which again, it makes sense. Honestly, like, you felt like you took a lot of damage from as Obi-Wan from anyone out there if you were using all-out push, but this has now changed. 80% less damage is quite vast. Very happy to see this, because you just feel vulnerable using that ability, but now it's just less so. It's going to be a nice change. Really happy to see this. And as well, for those German folks out there, the voice actor for the German Obi-Wan is being changed to the original Clone Wars voice actor, Philip Moog. Hopefully I said that right, but I imagine that's some good news for you guys. I'd never really heard what that was like, as obviously I don't listen to German, but you know, I'm happy for you guys there. It's probably going to be a nice change to get some stuff in there. I'm still hearing German Luke from time to time. I heard it in the stream today actually, which is a bit weird, but apart from that, it's just the odd small change here and there, whether it's about you know, whether it's just about animations or just the odd issue here and there with audio, as I can see here. They've also made some improvements towards the issues with camera shaking regarding a player being choked by Vader. I think it says here the camera of the target player being forced to look at Vader when being force choked has been removed. So I think that's probably where the camera locking and shaking was the issue. So that's now being removed, which I think is good. I think it makes a bit more sense. Pretty cool. But that's been changed, which is good to hear. A bunch of map changes as well, just a few technical and visual issues. Geometry allowing stormtroopers to reach unreachable places in Ewok Hunt has now been improved and stuff like that. But yeah, just a few small changes here and there. Not too much, nothing really important to go through, to be honest. But it says here as well, there is a known issue, but due to a late balancing change, the additional damage from Anakin's Precious Star Card applies only to the final strike of Anakin's Passionate Strike ability. The Star Card description currently implies the additional damage is applied to every strike when the ability, when using the ability. The description text will be corrected at a later update, so do take that into consideration. His Precious Star Card only applies to the final strike of Passionate Strike. So there you go. That's pretty much everything though, guys. Bunch of content coming tomorrow, some pretty good fixes here, especially for Kylo Ren and Obi-Wan. I'd say it's going to be an awesome update. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you think of the CT in the description below. But that's it from me today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.